author and nutritionist Robert Ferguson. Please welcome Robert Ferguson.
All right, y'all, let's hear it for America's Fat Lost Coach, Robert Ferguson!
Hey, this is Roberto Lorenzo Ferguson. Oh, it is a Fat Loss Tuesday, and we're going to talk about something that a lot of people don't talk about. No, they don't talk about it. Now, if you're new to me, I am your nutritionist. I'm a guy who shares because I care. And my goal is to share with you information that can help you right now, like today. Not something that, it takes 30 days or 60 days or 6 months to find out if it actually works. I want to share information with you right now that can help you today. And a lot of it is psychology. And before I dive in and kind of get into what I want to share, let me just preface by saying I had a really good conversation with one of my clients. Her name is Barbara. And Barbara, I hope you catch this live or you catch the replay, because we had a very candid conversation. And the candid conversation was, she's very thankful I'm coaching her of what she's getting from our time working together. It's really helping her get to where she wants to be. I'm providing her with the information, the guidance, the clarity to learn how to eat food in combinations in a way that nurtures her health and helps her get to where she wants to be with metabolic health as well as losing weight. And in the conversation, very wise, smart lady. There's certain clients I just love talking to because I walk away with additional knowledge and understanding. And Barbara is one of those people. And I'm just thankful because in my conversations with her, she says, Robert, the thing that resonates with me about you and what I would like to see you do more of is figure out a way to come across and share the authenticity of who you are when we have our private conversations. And I said, so help me understand what you mean by that. And I think what she was saying was like I used to have this girlfriend, right? And this girlfriend who really respected me and liked me a lot, she used to say, Robert, you can sell a trash bag to the owners of Glad. Because your passion and you're into it so much as far as what you do, but sometimes even though you're not selling, you come across like you're selling. And that's what I believe Barbara was sharing with me, was how can I have that conversation like the Dalai Lama, right? The Dalai Lama is not saying, hey, today you can learn how to find peace in yourself. He's not selling that way. He just is who he is. And I know I have those moments, but sometimes I am excited about certain things. Like I'm excited about the detox drop, not because I'm trying to sell it, because I know how it can help people. I'm excited about the Diet Free Life methodology, whether you're being coached by me or one of our other coaches, because of how I know it's going to help you and change your life and make your understanding of nutrition. It's going to take it to a whole nother level. I'm not trying this. I'm not selling, but it's my passion and my belief that it kind of just comes across sometimes to certain people, especially if they don't know me. They may be thinking, this guy's just trying to sell me. And I'm not. And that's why I oftentimes will refer back to being evidence-based and clinically proven, which I know most people don't even know what that means, right? Most people just want to know, like, can they go from a size 4 to a size 2? Can I get in this bathing suit for summer? Can I flatten my abs? And can I look, amazing, right? Because I watch a lot of people. I have a lot of friends and Facebook friends and social media people I interact with and people that I know. They look great on the outside, but I know that they are really, excuse the pun, full of shit on the inside. They have no idea what they don't know yet. And in 10, maybe 15 years, what I could do to help them will become relevant, which unbeknownst to them, if they actually learn nutrition today, not only could they help themselves, they could help their husbands, their friends, their family, their nephews, their grandkids. And so many people are just so either ignorant or egotistical that they think they know. And they base their understanding of nutrition based on what they look like in the mirror. And that's really unfortunate. And so I'm a work in progress on trying to figure out how I can reach those people who are just ignorant, so that I could help them. But a lot of those people, as long as they look good in the mirror and they can wear their clothes, they associate their weight or their size with being indicative of their health. And that is not the case. So Barbara was helping me out. She has helped me out. So what I'm going to do in my time right now with you, if you have time, I really want you to listen to what I'm going to share. Because I'm going to share something that I believe will be pivotal. It's something that can help you not only now, but for the rest of your life. And it's something you can share with your daughter, your son, your grandkids. And it's based on a story. Okay, so I have 2 stories I'm going to share with you. And the first one is I want to play a video. I'm going to share a video of Oprah Winfrey before she became really famous, right? And her big break, which a lot of people don't know, like she had a show that was in Chicago. It was regional. And she hadn't gone national yet, but she was about to. And she got this part in a movie called The Color Purple. Now, during this time, you start to get press. And so she got to go on the Johnny Carson show. And when she went on the Johnny Carson show, Joan Rivers was subbing for Johnny Carson. Now, depending on your age, you may be like, I don't know what the hell I don't even know who Johnny Carson is. Now, for those of you who know who Johnny Carson is, this is going to resonate with you. So stay with me. I want you to watch this. Okay, so I'm gonna play this video, and I'm gonna pause it to give you, because there's more context that needed to be shared. But I'm gonna pause it and explain what's going on as necessary. Okay, so you have Oprah Winfrey before she became extremely famous on a talk show with Joan Rivers, and she's before like this segment, they were talking about how she needed to like lose weight, gain weight. She had gained weight, but then she wanted to lose weight. And anyone who's watched Oprah's career, she's always talked about gaining weight, losing weight, and also the thing that she said that she regrets more than anything was to make that public and talk about it, which I think is kind of sad, because there's many lessons that can come about because of her yo-yoing, because it mimics what a large majority of people have experienced. Okay, so let's watch this, and then I'm going to tap into it.
Contest. They tell me you're a beauty contest winner.
Yeah, that was 50 pounds ago or so.
Yeah, but, so, what'd you win?
Well, I won the Miss Fire Prevention contest. Was that a
Miss
hoot?
what?
Fire Prevention.
So how'd you gain the weight?
I ate a lot.
Okay. So one, as you're watching this, she's on this interview, and Joan Rivers, who's a comedian, she just throws it out there. How do you gain the weight? And Oprah didn't know how to really respond with that. And she was like, I ate a lot. And then she's flowing with it, which is a sign of her being an amazing person on camera. Okay, so let's keep it moving.
No. You said 50 pounds. You shouldn't let that happen to you. You're very pretty.
You know what?
No, I don't want to hear.
Let me tell you this. Let me tell you something.
Pretty girl, and you're single. You must lose the weight.
I'm going to. You know what? We are now, AM Chicago. In Chicago. We're starting a diet with Oprah.
Great.
Yes. In conjunction with the Tribune, so that I have been put under pressure to finally do it.
Now, I am trying to lose 5 pounds.
You're such a teeny
will you come
little
back
thing.
with me in March when I'm back, and you lose 15, I'll lose 5?
Listen.
That's the only way I'll do it. I'll keep thinking,
I'll
that
lose
bitch
30.
is losing, and I'm not. I'll be furious. I'll do it if you do it.
You will?
Yeah.
It's a deal.
It's a
Okay, now that was interesting right there. Now look at Oprah. She looks great. You know what I mean? Like, you ever have those moments where you think about, like, when you first started wanting to diet and you look at those old pictures, you go, what was I thinking? And that happens. Like, really lean and thin people think they're fat. And that's psychology, and that's why that's woven into the work that we do. But Oprah wasn't in a place she needed to lose weight, but they made a bet. Now, what they don't talk about in this segment is that after this bet, Oprah went on to gain weight. So sometimes when someone puts the pressure on you, it backfires, and sometimes it actually helps. But Joan Rivers is like, I got 5 pounds to lose. Look how lean Joan Rivers is. Joan Rivers was always lean. And then look at Oprah. She takes on the bet. She's going to come back on the show when Joan is hosting, and she ends up gaining more weight. Well, as a result of gaining more weight, Oprah ended up going to a fat farm. And while she was in that fat farm, she got to this place where it was time to surrender. And as she explains it, which I can share on another one of my shares, she got a phone call, and it was from Steven Spielberg. And they basically told her to get out of that fat camp, because if you lose any weight, you're not getting the part that she got in Color Purple, which for many reasons, to include the words of Oprah, that movie opportunity put her on path to become the Oprah that we know today. So it's really interesting. So I'm going to let it go ahead and play out. Listen to the rest of it, and then I'm going to share with you guys how and what you want to understand and know, so that when you do lose weight, and many of you are hearing this and you've lost weight and you've gained it back. Some of you are my clients. I'm going to share with you how you can lose weight and keep it off. The key principles that you want to understand. Okay. So you never have to like go through the process again and then find yourself having to go through the process again. So let's watch this.
Deal. It's a deal. 5 pounds for me. Be great. Yes, that's great.
That's great.
That's great.
I'm excited about it, though, because I've gone up and down and up and down. I've been on every diet. Have you tried the banana, weenie, and egg diet? Does anybody know banana, weenie, and egg, where you eat a banana, a weenie, and egg? And I've done the pickles and peanut butter diet.
Oh, I just eat cookies, but I only eat like 800 calories worth of cookies. See, I figure you do it that way.
Oh, yeah. I saw Nell Carter on here last night who'd lost.
Yes, but you couldn't tell. She's still very chubby. She should lose more.
Don't you think?
Don't you think she should lose more?
Well, I think, yeah. Well,
See, people go, oh, are not people that help friends that diet. You
That's
must tell
right.
a friend the truth. You must say you're still a pig, lose more weight. That's a friend. Not
I
me.
agree. I
not
agree.
Nell
Not
Carter.
Nell. We're not saying Nell's a pig.
No,
at all.
Nell looks adorable.
Do you think I look like her? People stop me all the time and say, I don't think I
Well,
do.
she's smaller than you. And, oh, yes, Nell is a...
Shorter.
What is
Shorter.
Everything is going to go... Yeah, Nell is 6'12". Nell is about 5'2". She's a small lady.
Yeah, shorter. Say shorter.
Shorter. What's the difference between shorter and smaller?
About this much.
Wow. Man, I don't think you can get away with that kind of talk anymore. Oh, man. So before I kind of chime in, I just want to give a big shout out to my client, Tammy. What's up, Tammy? She says, hello, this happy lady is here. And then she points out, because she's in our private group, oh, it's Tammy. Now, Tammy, man, I'm going to do a whole show, Tammy, because you've only been a client for like less than 30 days. And what you have done, I mean, inside of the first 21 days is mind-blowing. I mean, you jumped on board of what we're offering, the Diet Free Life methodology. And I mean, like, I'm not even going to talk about what you're doing and the interaction between the doctors and what's taking place. But anyone out there that's struggling, you're challenged. And again, Mike, I'm not trying to be Mr. Pitchman. I'm just telling the truth. So if I was talking to Barbara on the phone, I go, Barbara, how do I like not come across as a sales guy, but yet I'm excited about it? What I'm seeing happen with Tammy, we're talking about getting off medications that make your life miserable. We're talking about losing weight when you were stuck and couldn't lose any weight, and now the weight's coming off, and you're losing it in a way where you're eating. You're not even walking around hangry and frustrated. You're eating regular foods that you actually enjoy. So how do I downplay that? Like, I don't know how else to do it, you guys. Maybe someone can comment to me. Like Linda, help me put myself in a position where I can help more people. How else do I get excited about it? And when I spent time with the late, great Jack LaLanne, he used to say, Robert, if you're excited about it, don't keep it a secret. Okay, well, I'm excited. So how do I help people? I mean, really, how do I help get people's attention without coming across as a salesperson? I don't know. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know how to do that. So today, I want to take a moment and kind of share with you what I did before I got into weight loss, how it ties in to not only losing weight but improving health, and how I believe it can help any of you who have lost weight and you don't want to gain it back, right? Or you improve your health and you don't want to lose it again. Okay, so give me, let's say, 8 minutes. I'm gonna tell you a story, 8 minutes of your life. I'm just gonna, and it's a little bit more background about me, and maybe some of you guys don't know this. Okay, so before I got into weight loss, I've always been a martial artist since I was 5 years old. I grew up as a martial arts student. I became an instructor when I was in the Marine Corps. And to this day, I still train. And when the opportunities are there, I'll teach. But I don't teach professionally like I once did. Now, in 1990, in the early 1990s, like 91, 90 actually, I was asked to, actually, it was earlier than that, 89. I was asked to help and consult when it came to sexual harassment. And they picked me to like teach this class because that was during the time when Anita Hill and Judge Thomas had this big blow up about sexual harassment. There was nothing in place at the time. And here I am, this young 18, 19-year-old kid, and they said, this is your new duty. You're going to be teaching this class. So I had to learn about sexual harassment. And they picked me because of my relationship and the work I was doing around self-defense, martial arts. So I took it on, and it was great. I learned a whole bunch. And next thing you know, the next 5, 6, 7 years of my life, my first book actually was called A Guide to Rape Awareness and Prevention. And in that book, I talked about all the situations that can lead to a woman being violated as far as rape, stalking, molestation, domestic violence. So I became, pretty knowledgeable of that. The first national television show I ever went on was the Geraldo Show. He had a TV show, and I went on there a few times. And then I went on Good Morning America. That was my first national appearances. I had a nice article done in the LA Times and a whole bunch of other papers around my work in helping women who had been violated or who wanted to reestablish their lives, as far as get their lives back. And I had columns. I mean, I was out there. And in 1995, when I got into weight loss and nutrition, I was like, there's no connection between the two. There really isn't. That's how I thought then. Now, fast forward, I totally see it totally different. I understand why I'm able to be as effective as I am when it comes to helping women specifically, and of course men, but women specifically, with optimizing nutrition in a way that oftentimes they don't have that chance. And it's all tied into the psychology. So let me give you, here's a situation, okay? Tell me if you guys can resonate to this. So we're not talking nutrition, but I'm going to bridge the gap and bring clarity to it. And I was sharing this with one of my clients earlier today. Okay. So let's say you have a woman. She's in a relationship with a guy. They've been together for about 10 years. He's very abusive. She really wants out of the relationship, but she don't know how to get out of it. The relationship is damaging her. She's gaining weight. She feels horrible. Her self-esteem is in the gutter. And one day it gets so bad that she has to do something. So she leaves. She gets her kids and leaves when he's not there. She goes to one of her girlfriend's house. The girlfriend says, you can stay with me until you can get on your feet. And he's looking for her. He's trying to find her. He's frustrated. He's mad. He's calling her. She changes her number. Week goes by. Month goes by. 2 months goes by. Next thing you know, 6 months goes by. She's no longer in touch with this guy. She's lost weight. She feels better. Her kids are happier. Everything, the rainbow is over their heads. And one day she's with her girlfriend and they go to the mall. And they're walking through the mall and they're having a good time. And guess who she runs into? She runs into the ex. He sees her and he's like cautious and he keeps his distance. He's on his best behavior. And he says, "Hey, can I just talk to you for a second? If not, I understand." Her girlfriend is like, "No." But she's like, "No, I can talk to him." So she walks over to him. They have like a 5-minute conversation. He apologizes for being the guy that he was and says, "Hey, I would love to have coffee with you. I don't want anything. I'm happy for you. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah." Well, you guys know where it's going. They eventually have coffee. They eventually have dinner. They eventually see each other twice in 1 week. And they eventually are back in the relationship. And guess what else happens? The abuse is back. The weight gain happens. The kids are miserable. She's back to what she wanted to get away from, what she did get away from, but yet she let her guard down and she's back in the saddle. Who can resonate with what I just shared? Think of all the people that you wish got to hear me share this. Now, you can send them the link of what I'm sharing. Maybe they'll listen, maybe they won't. But here's how it ties into nutrition. You get to a place where you've gained weight. You don't like the way your clothes fit. You're really feeling frustrated. Your self-esteem is definitely being damaged. You're not in a good place. It's affecting who you are, your relationship with your kids, and everyone else. So you decide to break up with the foods and the lifestyle that was causing all of these problems. And for 6 months, you are broken up. You learn how to eat. You maybe I'm your coach or someone's your coach. They're teaching you the diet-free life methodology and you are feeling great. You get with your girlfriend, you go out to the mall, you're walking around or you go to a party, everything's going good. And someone you hadn't seen in a while says, "Hey girl, you look great. I stayed up late last night making this cake. You gotta have a slice." "Oh no, I'm good, but thank you." No. Well, let me give you a slice to take home. Can you see how it parallels? The guy who brought back and who created a lot of the challenges and the frustration is the same as the lifestyle and the foods that we eat. Many people are in a bad relationship with food and they don't know how to break up. They don't. They're stuck. But they need to break up. Some of you need to break up. And in order to break up with the way you're eating and the lifestyle that you have, you got to have a place to go. You need a plan. So years go by and I can see it so clearly. I can see it so clearly. The relationship from the work I did before I got into nutrition and how it ties into the work that I do today. Relationships with human beings, relationships with food is where a big part of the problem is. And when the relationship with food and the human beings are like double whammy. Because think about all the husbands, and I'm not throwing husbands under the bus, but ladies, just respect what I'm saying. Okay, if I'm lying or it don't make sense, let me know and I apologize. But in my years of experience, and guys, don't take this the wrong way because I know not all guys are the same, but men are not always on board with eating differently and being healthier. And they are a big part of the problem. They make it very challenging for a lot of women who want to be healthier. And we know statistically that a large percentage of women will go to their annual doctor's appointment and men will not. We know that a woman is going to get her annual, screening for breast cancer, and a man is not going to go get his prostate checked or get his colon checked. Women will go and do what is necessary to optimize health, and men won't, as far as the majority. That is a statistical fact. And so the guy is going to eat what he's going to eat, and he doesn't make it easy for the lady. That is a fact. And it's easy for me to say, and I know how hard it is to do, for you to put yourself first and do what is necessary for you to live your best and healthiest life, even though he's bringing home the ice cream, encouraging eating out all the crap, and they just don't care. And that's not going to change anytime soon. So you have to find it inside of you. For those of you who are in relationships, and it could be a relationship where it's a woman and a woman. I mean, whatever. Whoever your other person you're with, if they're not in alignment with what you're wanting to do with your health, it can make it quite challenging. Do I get an amen? Or was this thought-provoking where you guys are sitting there who are catching me live going, that's a good point, Robert. It's like, I know it's a good point because I talk to people every day. I have been doing this for a long time. I've heard it again and again and again and again. It's a reality. Now, when I'm coaching someone, I can tell you this. I can help them come up with the language, the narrative, how to communicate in a way that they feel more confident asking for and having a behavior that supports what's important to them without offending the person they're in a relationship with. That can be tough because many women will not be successful. And this is part of why most people who lose weight or improve their health don't keep it. The last thing I would share is that you want to find a way of eating that you know and can say with confidence, I could eat this way for the rest of my life. If you can truly say that as you're losing the weight, that falls into alignment with all of the statistical reasoning. It ensures that you're doing the right thing. And that's why I'm so big on, if you're going to avoid carbs, you're going to avoid food groups. You know what? It may help for a moment, but it ain't going to last. So anyway, you got to take care of you and you got to do for you. And I'll end on this point. And I share this with my mom many, 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 many times because she did something that she didn't know she was doing that had the biggest impact on my life personally. And that is when she started to do things for her. And I watched her lose that weight. I watched her run at a 5K, and she was the last person out of hundreds of people to finish the line. She got the trophy. All of those little bitty things where she never gave up. I couldn't communicate it at the time, but I was watching. And what